scraping by at 16 hours a week. 16 hours a week is just not enough time to work.
Can't raise a family with it.
If they were brought into TriMet, they'd have consistent scheduling, and they wouldn't be playing off union versus non-union employees. That's why it's a fair and equitable thing to do. Get First Transit out of the TriMet business, save us a lot of money, and better the working conditions. It's a win situation all the way around to do that. Okay, we need to get the story of our contract dispute out among the public, because the wrong story has been told. I mean, local media and TriMet management have worked together to make us the fall guys. I mean, first they started with this thing about us running red lights. We were all running all over town, running red lights, talking on our cell phones. None of that was true. And then they started this whole distracted driving thing with, you're on your cell phones. There were guys getting pulled off the buses, illegally searched, and being browbeaten into consenting to illegal searches for cell phones that didn't exist. Some of my co-driver friends have been pulled off the buses for supposedly watching movies on their laptops driving down the road. Well, that just never happened. Any complaint anybody can think of that they can call in, complain about a driver, it's turning out that management is using that against us. And some of these guys, these 200 pending arbitrations, are just ridiculous, but we can't get to them because there are so many of them. It's going to take a long time to get these things brought back down to a decent level. Okay? We need to get the true, like I said, the true story of our contract dispute with management out among the public. You're going into the public employee haters in this town told management to get those benefit costs under control. So management did that by basically stealing our money. They froze the contract, we didn't get our cost of living increases, and they made us start paying for our own benefits. Okay? Basically, they took our money. That's the kind of stuff that Jesse James got shot for, and these guys got away with it. They've been told twice by the courts not to do that, and yet they're still trying to delay giving us back the money that they said that we were going to get paid in the first place. Even with our cost of living increases, we're still going to make $2 an hour less than the Seattle drivers do. We're doing the identical job, and we have higher ridership than they do. They have twice the population, at least twice the population base, probably more than that, than we do to draw from.
Actually,
it's going to take us 2 terms to fix the union. If we just do 1 term, the people that are looking at union activity as just something in for themselves are going to just outweigh us. It's going to take 2 terms to get people identified that are consistent, that are reliable, that are interested in working for the union, that are going to be willing to become shop stewards and the e-board reps, and then the e-board reps up into management, up into service positions. That's why I'm going to stay 2 terms, fix it, and go. I'm not going to make a career life out of this thing. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life driving up and down the Willamette Valley, which basically is what Sam does, arguing with bureaucrats to get guys their jobs back. That's basically what a vice president of the union does. So, the next thing we need to do is stop the infighting among the current members. It's ridiculous. We've gotten to the point now that everybody's bringing everybody else up on charges. Everybody's bickering, trying to pick fights with each other so that we can get more people to run against each other, so that the vote pool will be diluted, so that the current incumbents will be able to use their own particular power base to get themselves reelected. Yeah, we figured this one out, guys. This is not the first time that this has ever happened. It needs to stop because it makes us ineffective and it makes us weak. Management is playing the current union leadership like a violin. We've got them fighting against each other, bringing each other up on charges, calling in international to investigate each other, and it's pointless because there's no money that's being taken. There's no hideous malfeasance, and people are not being, beaten, or there aren't thugs that are blowing people's cars up. It's not like the bad old days of the Teamsters back in Detroit. That's not happening. What's going on is that people are being childish and stupid and foolish and self-defeating, and they need to stop that. See, we don't need to get in a circle and all sing Kumbaya. I'm not running for philosopher king. I'm not running for head theologian. We use our heads and grow up and start behaving like we're actually in a service position. Okay?